After Mr. Saracino's testimonial, you realized that it was an easy task to nominate Dr. Gilardino. Mirko is a brilliant man, a man of science, and a good doctor. It is a pleasure to present him with this award, which is particularly fitting in this setting, full of artwork from Guido Nicari, which was an internee during World War II. This award that I will show you, it's a replica of the 9-foot tall statue that we have at Casa d'Italia that we put there, and to commemorate the internment. If you want to know more about this and the symbolism about the statue, you can ask the artist that is in the hall here, Mr. Egidio Vincelli. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Cibpa Person of the Year 2016, Dr. Mirko Gilardino.
Good evening, bonsoir. It's very difficult to follow any speech after a family has given a testimonial because of the distinct emotion that goes into having a child who's sick and having a child who needs help and eventually has a medical or surgical intervention. I was on CBC radio, maybe some of you heard it, around 4 o'clock today. I was invited to ask some questions because they wanted to know what Cibpa was. And I took the opportunity to talk a little bit about what Cibpa does, that it's a network, but importantly that they are known for their bursaries and supporting young people. But she asked me, she says, what makes your work special? And I said, well, I could talk about the technical nature, I could talk about studying that I did, I could talk about my research, but I will tell you hands down nothing beats the feeling of helping a family like the Saracinos in the little way that I could, and to be thanked the way they did with a laugh, a smile, or some tears, or a hug, is what makes it all worth it. È per me un grande piacere essere vostro ospite qui questa sera. Non vi nascondo la mia commozione a ritrovarmi tra di voi, che più di 20 anni fa mi avete concesso una borsa per compiere i miei studi. Grâce à vous, grâce à votre confiance et votre encouragement, puis-je maintenant vous dire, si j'ai atteint le but pour lequel vous m'honorez ici ce soir, c'est aussi grâce à l'aide que vous m'avez donnée. The work that I do with the children's is remarkably rewarding, and I would assume that it's this work operating on children with severe facial anomalies for the reason that I've been recognized here tonight. But I had the great opportunity to meet Salvatore the other day. We sat in my office and we talked a little bit about Cibpa, and I have to admit I went home and did some homework, I did some studying. And I realized that Cibpa is much more than a network. It's much more than, I should say a business network. It's much more than bursaries. It's a group that's gone through a lot, that's supported Italians when they had a difficult time here in Montreal and in Canada. And because of that, I thought that this award actually, I hope, symbolizes more than just somebody who's doing something interesting, but in fact it recognizes leadership and vision in our community. So one thing that makes me particularly proud in the work that I do is the fruit of the labor and 10 years of practice. It's the world-class research that we do, it's the clinical care that we provide at the Montreal Children's Hospital for kids born with very severe issues. We are widely published, we are widely recognized, and we offer state-of-the-art care to children. This is something that all Montrealers, all Quebecers, all Canadians, Italian or otherwise, should be proud of, period. It is this recognition of vision and identification of future Canadian Italian leaders that makes the Cibpa bursary program, for me personally, an important one. L'engagement de la Cibpa a aidé beaucoup de jeunes étudiants à compléter leurs études est vraiment méritoire et je suis le premier à rendre témoignage à cette initiative. To finish, I would like to acknowledge my Italian heritage. So my father, Mirko Gilardino, some of you might know. Probably one of the smarter cookies I know. Very smart man. He's back in Italy and couldn't be here this evening, but I owe my inclusion into this group, the Cibpa, to him, to the culture and tradition he bestowed upon me, in addition to his passion for academia. And I have to be totally honest, he helped me with my Italian tonight. I wrote a few lines and he said, no, I'll help you with this. I would also like to thank my mother, who's in Vancouver again, can't be here. And she's, for those of you who don't know, I'm half Croatian, half Italian, so I hope I'm still invited to future Cibpa. I have to thank her because I was raised by a single mom. My father was involved, but my mother is the one who raised me, who inspired me and supported me. I could not ever accept an award like this without thanking my beautiful wife, Laurence, for her amazing and continuous support, and for bringing into our life, my life, our blessed son, Michele. Vi sono grato per il riconoscimento con cui mi onorate questa sera, ma sono soprattutto orgoglioso di essere anch'io parte di questa dinamica e generosa comunità italiana di Montreal. Grazie and thank you.
Grazie tanto, Doctor. La Cibpa vous invite à visiter notre site web pour connaître nos prochains événements et espérons vous voir lors de notre soirée Cibo e Vino qui se tiendra au mois de mai.
So before we end this and pass on to the interesting part of the EMI, we'd just like to thank our sponsors for their contributions, who are Emballage Mitchell Lincoln, Traiteur Bon Appétit, Papeterie Les Entreprises, Cabinet d'avocats Mitchell Gattuso, Magnus Poirier on Bio, and Ital Wine. Also, this evening would not have been possible without our sponsors. So we'd like to thank Luisa Papa, our volunteers, Terry Laurito, Maria Altomare, Stefania Cimino, Dario Cimino, Sandra Collarella, Ivo Cimino e Francesca Rodrigo. A sincere thank you goes out to our president, Mr. Cimino, the members of the board of directors, and last but certainly not least, our general director, Paola Colapella, who I invite all on stage to take a picture.
Merci à tous d'avoir été parmi nous et nous vous invitons à rester avec nous et de profiter de cette belle occasion de réseautage. Je vous souhaite un bon cocktail et si vous avez faim, il y a des canapés qui arrivent. Andiamo a mangiare bene, bon appétit sul canapé bellissimo.